home electronics. We're gonna get you some things that are really gonna make your home a lot safer, a more comfortable place to live. We're gonna make you feel protected, and we're gonna start you right off the bat with something we've never done before from our friends at First Alert. Now, we carry a regular 2-pack of these 10-year alarms. I think it's like 60 bucks plus tax. We're doing a 3-pack for only $79.95. What that means is that you can instantaneously take care of 3 areas of your home with the smoke alarm that will last for 10 years. You never replace the batteries with these. The batteries are built in, which is so brilliant because do any of us like changing those stinking batteries? And not only that, you know those batteries, you're gonna go through 19 batteries per unit. When you think about each battery, you're gonna have to deal with the amount of years you're gonna have to replace it, and some last longer than others. But you know that beeping sound that you get every year, and you're like, oh my gosh, which one is it? You never have to deal with that. Not only that, I want you to look at the size of these. These things are compact, but extremely powerful. With a powerful alarm built in, you're gonna get 3 of these. All you do is either stick them, or they have the little tabs. You can just screw them to the wall. That's it. You won't even see them when they're there. This is the best value we've ever done with free shipping and handling and only $19.99 to get it home. These are a definite must-have. Lori, come on out.
Oh my gosh, I love the First Alert, Adam, because it's no longer an eyesore, right? It's a nice, small
I've got these things
detector.
that are this big.
Well, I mean, First Alert probably made those. They are the premier name in home safety, incredibly respected. So they're the name on the bigger units too, but if you're going to add or replace smoke detectors, why not get a smaller size?
Teeny tiny.
That is so much less of an eyesore, that is so much more decorator friendly. And maybe you didn't wake up this morning thinking, oh, I've really got to get some smoke detectors, but this is still a really, really, really important item that we all need to have in our homes. This is the First Alert Adam. It actually has the distinction of being the smallest smoke detector out there in the world today. It's tiny but mighty. It's super loud, 85 decibels, and here's what it's going to do for you. It's going to give you instant access and instant information if something happens in your home. You will have fewer false alarms with this photoelectric technology due to that smart smoke entry design. And then you said it. The really important thing about this is 10-year battery. You don't think about replacing a battery in all 3 of these, and you're getting a whole home solution basically for most people with the 3-pack for the first time ever, but you don't think about replacing batteries for a decade. You said it. I mean, when that beeping chirping starts to happen, why is it always 2 in the morning?
It drives me insane.
I have no idea.
And I have like 3, I had 3 smoke detectors. Actually, the last time we did a 2-pack, I bought 2 of them. I love them. And I got rid of the bulky ones, and because they were unsightly too. They're really, I mean, they really are awful. And they always put them in the worst places. Like one of them is actually like I have this little overhanging thing when you walk in through my house. One, they stuck right in the middle of it. It's like,
it looks crazy.
It's like in the entryway, it's the first thing you see. And I got rid of that one, and I put one of these little dinky ones on. And let me tell you something, the alarm is a piercing alarm, because you can test it and you'll hear how loud it is. So it will wake you and the kids up. But the bottom line of this is even if you have existing smoke alarms, and most people have the bare minimum. But what we would like you to do is take one and put one in a hallway. Take one and put one in the kids' room. Maybe put one, you know, a lot of you don't even have one in a bathroom. Put them anywhere you think that somebody might not be able to hear that alarm that's far away. Maybe a lot of you have finished out your basement, or you've done, you know, the man cave outside, wherever. Don't forget, fires can start anywhere, and once they do, they go right through the house. So, you know, I know Lori's got a lot of statistics about it, but listen, you don't want to be one of those people that you read about. You know, you want to be one of those people that took the chances out, those chances of just missing it.
Why be vulnerable?
Yeah, and listen, you know, when it comes to a fire, it's a matter of seconds.
It is.
Realistically,
it's all down to seconds, being able to get out of your home.
There they are. Run!
And they're running. And the National Fire Protection Association says that 3 in 5 homes here in America are underprotected and don't have working smoke detectors. And listen to this, you are twice as likely to die in a home fire, twice as likely to die in a home fire if you don't have working smoke detectors. So this is just routine maintenance that we need to get for our homes and for our lives. And because these are 10 years, you don't think about it until it's time to replace them. If this makes a sound other than going off for an alarm, it's time to replace it. The 10 years is up. So think about the money that's going to save you. That could save you up to $300 for the next decade on 3 smoke detectors, replacing those batteries. It is a huge, huge deal. Now let me go ahead and set these off. You guys ready? It's 85 decibels, so it's super loud. I just want to be a good friend and warn everyone. You're going to see that visual cue with that blinking LED light and the sweeping tones. Listen to this. Yeah.
Man.
One more. Yeah.
All right. You're teaching me a lesson.
I I just want you to realize
it's really loud. That'll wake anybody up.
That will wake anybody up. And First Alert does their due diligence. They do their research. They are the premier brand in fire safety and home safety for a reason.
Yeah.
They found that the sweeping tones wake up more individuals because some people have, you know, tone deafness to certain tones. When you hear all of that, more people will be able to hear it.
Here's what sends it over the top is the fact that, listen, it's such a smart purchase. It's one of those purchases that is a very small price to pay for something that could potentially save your life.
Save lives, absolutely.
And maybe not just you, but what about your kids and your pets and all the other things that you want to get a head start? This shows you the simplicity of how easy it is to install. It's a couple of teeny tiny screws in the wall, and if you did need to move it, they're so tiny you could easily just patch those up quickly in 30 seconds. But all you do is you pop it on and see how
There's
you
the
can.
bracket design.
There's the bracket.
Now this can go high on a wall or on the ceiling. There are no rules with this. As long as it's high enough, then you don't even necessarily have to get on a ladder if you can't reach your ceiling.
Look at how little. I mean, here's your other thing.
Right.
I mean, come on, guys, really? Yet this does the same thing that this does.
Photoelectric technology.
You don't have to wire this.
No wires, no batteries. Set it and forget it. Don't think about it for a decade. And with fewer false alarms because of that photoelectric technology, you're not worried about that steamy shower setting it off accidentally. If you hear your First Alert go off, it's because you probably really do have an issue going on.
I worry too, and then not that because I love First Alert. I know they make all different kinds of things, but I always worry. You know, is it charged up? You know, what if I happen to have one that just, you know, for whatever reason, the chirping mechanism blew out, and I don't know. Ask yourself a question.
You have a 10-year warranty on these.
When's the last time, and all of you that are watching right now, and you've been sitting there drinking coffee with your partner or you're by yourself, just ask yourself, when's the last time I changed the batteries?
That's right.
When is it? You're looking at me and you're going, oh, quiet guy, it probably wasn't that long ago. They're probably ready to be changed, which involves you getting on a ladder and trying to unscrew this. It's not so hard getting it off, but it's really hard to get
to push it back
on.
It is,
and then it does this when I do it. Lori goes, ring.
I know.
It hangs off.
We do recommend you take stock of the smoke detectors you have in your home, because if they are starting to yellow with age, if they are hanging by, you know, basically a little electrical cord, you probably need to replace them or at least add to them with brand new smoke detectors.
10 years of peace of mind, 10 years. And remember, we're giving you 3 of these, not just 1 or 2. This is 3. So when you think about it, these are, so it's, you know, $79 for 3. So you're talking about less than $30 for each one of these.
Right.
Each one of these is going to cover a substantial area, big room.
Absolutely.
So if you don't have, you know, or if you have an older antiquated system and you want to upgrade it, most of you pretty much has to have some type of fire protection in your home by law, by code. But if you don't, or if it's old and it's ugly and you want to get rid of it, or, and I've said this forever, when we do, whether we do our 1-pack, 2-pack, or 3-pack like we're doing now, just add it to your existing system. It doesn't have to be part of the system. It is its own separate system.
It's its own separate. And look around your home right now, because if the ones that you have, the smoke detectors that you have in your home have been there for more than 10 years, really they start to lose efficacy at that 10-year mark. So they actually do really probably need to be replaced at that point. At least that's what is recommended. So I would say absolutely add these, if not replacing the ones that you have in your home, because they only have a shelf life of about 10 years. And I think most people don't realize that. This has a 10-year warranty. You can test it anytime you want. And we do say, you know, New Year's Day or whatever it is that you can remember. Maybe it's a special occasion. Just get up there and touch it and test it. You'll see the lights flashing. That's your visual cue. And you'll hear those sweeping tones giving you the information that you need to get up and out of your house. And so many of us have been touched by home fires. And it can be avoided. This is something that you can take matters into your own hands and have the information to help save lives. Suzanne Runyon, she lost 2 family members in a home fire. They passed away. Adam and Chelsea Freeman had that home fire a few years ago that was so scary.
And let's talk about the batteries that you're going to save money on, because these little transistors, these little 9-volt things, these are expensive batteries. You buy them in a 2-pack, it's like $10 or whatever. I don't even remember the last one. I know they're really expensive. They're more expensive than regular batteries. And Lori, it says 19 batteries is what you'd have to buy. So think about it. Even if these are $4 or $5 a piece, that's $100 right there just in batteries that you would have to change out. Not to mention the fact that you got to go to the store and you got to take the machine apart and you got to put them back in. There's and for older hands, that's a hard job to try to unscrew this off the ceiling and then try to put the battery and then you got to shove it back up.
Well, and if you don't readily have one of these specialty batteries when it comes time to change, then you take the battery out for how long? And you're unprotected while you have to go shop for the new one.
Because you don't want to hear the chirping, so you take the battery out.
your family is vulnerable because you're sick of the chirping or you're hitting it with the broom handle or, or whatever's going on. This is always going to be operational and always going to be working for you for the next 10 years. And that's what's so important about this. And again, the National Fire Protection Association says 3 in 5 home fire deaths happen in homes that don't have working smoke detectors. They recommend you have smoke detectors on every floor. So if you have a 2-story home, you need at least 2. They also say in the hall rooms leading up to the bedrooms, and then 1 in every sleeping area. But I also say kitchen, because most home fires start in the kitchen.
Sure.
Do you know that typically home fires start, the most home fires do start is between about 2 and 6 in the morning.
Yeah.
And you know that every 30 seconds that home fire doubles, meaning your home could be engulfed in flames in as little as 5 minutes. So seconds are super important.
You know what's funny is that in my home, the one place I don't have one is near the washer and dryer.
And that's where the vents get clogged.
And that is a big place to have them. Well, because I put the washer and dryer in what used to be a sun porch, but then I finished it off and closed it in.
Oh, nice.
So it's not like, a livable space.
Right.
So it's not required to have anything out there, but you really need to have one there. Plus, a lot of people have their water heater, and if they've got an oil furnace or if they've got something that actually has an actual flame, there's another issue that you have to deal with. Think about it. So whether it's your heating, your air conditioning areas, because a lot of people have an air handler up in their attic, and maybe they don't have something up there. This is a couple little screws, and you pop it on the wall, and then you're protected. You never think about it again. So, what year is it now? We're in 2016. So you're not going to have to deal with this until 2026.
Isn't that crazy? Yeah, that's a great deal, because if you think about now, every 6 months to a year, you're probably replacing
how old Jared
batteries.
will be. He'll probably be old.
He'll probably be, I think in his 60s.
Yeah, probably.
Jared.
Jared.
Maybe in his 60s.
No. Yeah, I know, Jared.
Oh, wow,
Whatever,
we're really
Jared.
giving him a hard time today.
He's going to be half a century. But here's the thing. If you buy it today, we discount the price by $20, and it's on FlexPay for $19.99. So if you want to get them home and put them up and make sure they're all good to go, you have your 30-day warranty, but why would you ever want to return anything like this? This is something that you do for your family. If you've got kids, if you have pets, if you have grandkids that come over, you just want to make sure that they're all good. You want to make sure that that you're hearing the alarm before you smell the smoke. That really is the ideal thing, because once that smoke is out there and it's hard to see and you don't know where to go, that means it's probably too late. So you want this is so sensitive,
so smart,
and so smart. It picks up on smoke you can't even see. Those smoke particles are some of the finest particles.
They are.
So because you ever notice you can smell smoke and you don't even see it anywhere?
That's exactly
That's what this thing does for you while you're sleeping.
It automatically senses it with that photoelectric sensor that's built right in. This is that smart smoke entry design, so you'll have fewer false alarms with this. The steamy shower won't set it off. If you just, burn a little bit of food in the kitchen just for a brief moment, very likely won't set it off. If you do hear this alarm, it's because you probably really do have a problem. This is First Alert, the premier brand when it comes to home safety, fire safety, prevention, knowledge being power. This is 85 decibels, so it's super, super loud. Very easy to install. A couple of screws, that's all there is to it. And with that 10-year battery, no batteries to ever replace, no extra money to ever spend.
Built in.
One and done purchase. You never have to worry about your family being unprotected again.
All right, so let me tell you, this is $20 to get home. It's also a huge customer pick. As you can see by all the stars up there, almost all perfectly yellow, which means mostly perfect 5-star reviews. So anyway, grab it. Will you stay? Because I know
we have the ALC system.
You've got that home security system.
2 cameras, super versatile.
Touch 7-inch screen to monitor from inside the house. So if the bad guys come, you can see them, record them. SD card comes with too. Hey, Lori,